Sorry I'm late. There was panic at the disco.
Hi, I'm Austin, and this is Late Starters.
Chime in with the haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door.
Who's that singing?
I heard
Kaycie.
I heard there was a panic at the disco years ago.
At the Pokedisco?
At the Pokedisco.
Yeah, it was a disco inferno, and that's why we don't like to talk about it anymore.
There was a fire at the disco. A fire in the Taco Bell. No one knows
I'll
that one.
pee in the corner. I'll pee in the spotlight.
The combination disco Taco Bell? Is that where we were going?
Burritos
Started a fire.
Danger High Voltage by Electric Six. It's a good song. And a great music video. Anyway, fuck, marry, kill, late starters. Let's go.
Yeah, go Austin.
Wait.
Hang on.
Oh,
No, say it, Tim, because I didn't want to do fuck, marry, kill. I want to do the other one.
yeah, it's abandon, babysit, adopt.
Yeah. So I'm gonna adopt Victor.
Aw.
I'll babysit Ford.
I knew this is how this was going to go down.
Hang on. But wouldn't it be fun to just babysit Calynn one time?
Apparently not.
I want to abandon her, see what she gets into in the actual world. Not just. I don't want to try to control her for one. So I definitely can't babysit her. I'm taking Ford, man. What about you all?
I can't do any of the three things with myself. So
No, it's not you. You're Tim. It's Ford.
Well, I'd babysit Calynn, I'd adopt Victor, and I'd abandon Ford.
Just like my old Mustang.
Yep.
What does that mean?
It means M's here today.
Yay!
Amazing.
So what about you, Tim? Abandon, babysit, adopt.
I think I would babysit Victor, I would abandon Ford, and I would adopt Calynn because I'm never going to be bored.
Mm.
Never, not once. And Ford seems fine. I think he'll be fine. He doesn't need my help.
Ford's a good egg.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll take his shirt off. Everyone will swoon. It'll be fine. All of the Oddish will go crazy.
All right, now everybody do the Pokemon. No.
No, adopt all of them.
Adopt
What's wrong with you?
Oh, God, I thought he wanted us to dance.
Everybody do
What?
I'm like, I don't know how to do the Pokemon.
Like
what
with
is
the
this?
Weird Al song? Like,
I don't know, is that
Everybody
everybody-
Pokemon.
It's just like the Peanuts dance where everybody does their one specific dance on loop animation. You just have to figure out what your one specific dance is.
Aw, I love that.
I live my life on looped animation.
You guys are right. We have to keep all the Pokemon. I guess I just forgot what happened. So I guess somebody give me a recap.
No.
Hey, me again. So we just fought those Shadow Scyther things. Man, those were freaky. And Ford wasn't doing so good, but I stabilized him, and he found the Pokeball that the guy dropped, and we opened it up, and it was a Dragonair, and the Dragonair went over to cry, and they reunited, and they seemed happy, and and she was telling the truth the whole time, and I don't really know how I feel about that. So I was like, what the heck is going on? So she brought us into the house, which I guess is her grandpa's house, and said that she was only stealing Pokemon because the guy had taken her Dragonair from her. And we were trying to tell her that that doesn't really make any sense because the guy wasn't going to give it back. But I don't know. I guess she was just doing what you do to protect your Pokemon. I don't know. I guess I can understand that. And we called her grandpa to tell him that his house had been broken into and the guy was living in there. And it turns out he's the game warden of the Safari Zone, so he said we could all go in for free. So, after Calynn and Chunks ate a bunch of fruit by the foot, we all went to bed. Well, I didn't go to bed because I went looking for something. So like Becca had mentioned that there was an Ammonite fossil, and I thought maybe I could sneak around and go find that. I didn't touch anything, I swear. I was just looking for it. And then I went into this office, and there was like a Master Ball and a bunch of gym badges, and we found the fossil. And then wait, what does this say? I didn't write this. What does this say? Takes many selfies to send to his GF, but then chickens out like a little baby chicken. What? I didn't chicken out per se. I just thought maybe she wouldn't want to talk to me after the last time, and I don't know. It was late, and I don't know. And she's not my girlfriend. Anyway. And so the next day we went to the Safari Zone, and we all had to go in different doors, and we couldn't take our Pokemon with us, so they had to be locked in their Pokeballs. And that was kind of a whole thing with Calynn with her Pichu, and because Pichu was born from an egg, and she didn't really have a Pokeball. So Ford and I went in, and George went in, and I guess eventually Pichu chose a Pokeball, and then Chunks didn't want to go in a Pokeball, but eventually she did, and we all went in. And Ford encountered one of the most terrifying Pokemon in the Safari Zone, and that was a baby Kangaskhan, which doesn't sound scary, but then you think about the fact that the babies are attached to the moms, and the moms are very protective of the babies. Meanwhile, I was dealing with a cave full of Nidoran and a Nidoking and a Nidoqueen, and they did not seem happy with me because I sort of stepped on their lunch, which I guess I'd be a little upset too, but maybe not enough to attack somebody. And Calynn got the worst of it because she encountered a Scyther, but then there was a huge explosion that we all heard, and this Snorlax thing with a helmet and armor came in and took Calynn, and they kidnapped her, and Chunks tried to fight him off, but it was too much for Chunks. And then Chunks pulled a Hail Mary, and Chunks evolved into a Charmeleon. I'm gonna go with Chonkmeleon. But it was still not powerful enough to defeat the Snorlax thing. So we all went running, and unfortunately, Calynn was gone.
Nova, you take one last look behind you, seeing that the coast is clear. As you turn down a corridor in the restricted area you've snuck in. You've snuck into.
Whoa. Sorry, I'll quit. Quit snucking.
Mother snucker. That sounds terrible.
This is the last time I'm going to catch you snucked up in here.
Snuck trap. Trap snuck. Emily, can you describe your character?
Sure. So she is clad in all black, kind of uniform-esque type thing. She's got her hair pulled back. She's little. She's short. But she's very sneaky. So kind of has a perpetually like concerned look on her face. But yeah, that's her. There's also a picture if you want to see. Because of course there is. Put it on the chat.
I want to see. I want to see.
Yeah, you can put it in the chat, and I'll show it in the game here in a second. Actually, I'll just go ahead and show it now for people. Well, they won't be able to see it, but I'll show it on here.
I'm people.
You're people. I forgot.
I know. It's hard.
Which chat? We have 35 billion of them.
We really, really do.
So it's Swan.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's
I even wore the outfit that I drew it in is what I'm currently wearing right now.
I
Minus
love
the-
it so much.
Where is it? No one answered my question.
It's in
It's in the
Discord
CD's
chat.
nuts.
Oh
He's
my
these
God.
nuts.
Oh! Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I'm losing it.
Look at that fucking perspective.
So fucking good. So
No.
fucking good.
Austin was just talking about perspective and art, weren't you, Austin?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Composition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These are things.
He did what I would do, just default to art word.
Color theory.
Corner sun.
Action economy.
Damn! Oh.
This is a family show.
If I can't say snuck, you can't say action economy.
This is the day I learned snuck was apparently a sexy word.
Think about it.
Nope.
I'm trying.
You continue down your down. You continue.
You continue snucking.
I'm in full snuck mode.
Well, while you're snucking, you see that there is a left turning hallway in front of you and a door just before it. And then just the hallway that turns left. What do you do?
Does the doorway have any markings around it to indicate what it might be? Or would I know?
You wouldn't know, you've never been down here, but there is now that you're looking at it, there's a sign on the side that to the left of the door that says lab/viewing area.
I want to go in there.
All right. You walk into this room and you see that there is the typical layout of what like a medical lab would be. There's vials, there's a cool spinning,
Maybe like a
cup.
centrifuge?
Like a centrifuge, yeah. In here, you see that it's empty at the moment, just hanging, the vials just hanging on it. There is like a place that you can see that a gurney would fit in, where there's like the hookups behind it for IVs and things like that. And there's also a big window that looks out into an open area that kind of sits on a lower level than the one you're on.
Making sure there's nobody in the room. And I want to look into the files more to see if I can get more information for what I'm looking for. But I also want to check to see down into the observation to see if there's anything down there that I should be worried about.
Give me a perception check just as you kind of look out there and glance around.
Would love to do that. There it is. Okay. Oh no. Just kidding.
You can't find any file cabinets around here. You do see a computer, and you might be able to look into that further, but you kind of like hit the space bar and you see a password screen come up. However, just looking out of the viewing area doesn't require a perception check. You can see out there what they're doing. And what you see is, hang on, a big chamber. inside, you see that there are 2 people in there, and they're currently running some kind of experiment on a creature that you haven't seen before, a Pokemon. This Pokemon looks to sit in a trash can with only its head sticking out. It has purple fur and a light gray muzzle. Its mask-like pattern over its eyes is a dark purple, which matches its ears that sit atop its head and curl at the very end. And then you see its hands. They don't seem to be connected to its body, just little paws that float out to the side of it. And they have this Pokemon hooked up with wires and IVs. You see a man dressed in a lab coat flip a switch like something out of an old movie. Sparks fly, and then this liquid begins to pump into these Pokemon, or into this Pokemon. It lets out a cry. Pash! Pash! After about 10 seconds, the doctor then shuts the switch off and the machine powers down. The Pokemon struggles some, but it looks exhausted and passes out. The doctors then take it out of the chamber and into a door down on their level and bring in another Pokemon. A Pokemon that you know. It's pretty famous in Kanto. It's a Scyther. And you hear, because there's a speaker down there and this room is for viewing, they have a microphone set up and you can hear them. The man that brings in the Scyther, already chained and has these hooks into, like IVs hooked into it. And they start to hook him up to the machine, and he says, "We just received this one, and Euro wants it to undergo the process right away. Euro doesn't make the calls here. He has approval. Just do it." And they do the same thing with the Scyther. And after they pump it with this liquid, it passes out. And the not the man that brought it in, the other man with the lab coat, says, "It didn't work. Just take him back to be stored." And they wheel off the Scyther.
Oh, I'm mad. I'm mad about them hurting the Pokemon. Okay, so given the chance that they're probably going to come back to this room, I want to hurriedly look through if there's any physical folders or anything out and around giving me any information on the stuff that I am concerned, had been hearing whispers of happening or noticed.
So yeah, you see some paper scattered beside this computer. Go ahead and give me another perception check as you start to look through them. Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, cool.
You look through and most of this file is redacted, but like you hold it up to a light and you can see the title of it is Project. Let me find it. Hang on. Project Stormcloud. I'll say that some of the parts in this report are completely blacked out, but what you get as you go through is they're using primal stones to somehow change the Pokemon's type. And it's painful. It's a painful process. You also see that they have a different process that makes Pokemon stronger, that is too hard to read. And you gather from this document that both of these processes that they have to do with whatever they're doing with Project Stormcloud. So they like both connect into the overall scheme of what that is. But as far as what that is, they've been tried to be as thorough as they could to mark out what they're exactly doing in this report.
Okay.
But as you get to the end of it, you hear murmured voices out in the hall approaching.
I'm gonna try and hide.
Okay. Do you want to describe how you hide, like in this lab/viewing room?
Trying to think if there's anything in there. Is there any sort of filing system or anything that would be big enough to hide behind? Or
They have like this closet with like supplies in it, but the middle part is like open for their lab coats to hang in. So maybe in there.
yeah, I think so.
You want to roll a stealth check?
Sure.
Ooh. Yeah, you silently slide into this cabinet type thing and close the doors. And it has just a crack down the middle of it that you can kind of see out of. Let's see what's next. You see Euro, a member of Team Skulk that you know of. And he wheels in a gurney with this girl with blue hair folded over to one side. She wears a orange top with a flame head on it, shorts with what looks like Magikarp fins sticking out of the side of it, and black boots. And she's on this gurney, and you see she's hooked up to this IV that ends in a cage with a purple parasect or purple Paris in it. And it seems to be pumping this gas into the IV, or it's not an IV, it's actually like a tube that connects to over her face. And she's breathing it in. And I'll reveal more of the map to you. We'll say this is where the cabinet is. The sink is where the cabinet is. And you see these two figures walk in with her. Euro and another person wearing a lab coat that you notice is Professor Hemlock. And as they get this girl in the gurney settled into the side of the room, Professor Hemlock says, "Have you infiltrated the crime syndicate you were assigned to? We will need the agents for what is to come." And he says, I'm close, sir. It's difficult to find the Pokemon on the list. One of them is a legendary bird from the Kanto region. Another is extinct. Do what you must, Euro. Do not fail again. Things will be moving quickly, and we need you to be ready. Yes, sir. Come. We'll be doing the mission briefing later, and I have more things to discuss with you. And then the professor and Euro exit the room, and you hear their voices get fainter and fainter as they travel down the hall.
Okay. I'm gonna come out of the supply closet. I'm gonna bring one of the doctor's coats with me. And I'm going to run over to the woman on the gurney and kind of look carefully and make sure that if I just take the mask off, that nothing else is going to happen. Kind of take that off and set it to the side.
You want to give me a medicine, a Pokemon, or is it Pokemon medicine, or is there just a medicine? Let's see what there is. I'll look. I have that power. Medicine education. Ooh, that's a crit fail. Should be fine.
She's fine. Pull it, and it just snaps back onto her face.
Well, you pull it, and as you do, you see this purple gas just start to come out of it and start to surround you a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Fuck. I don't have it set up for that one. I'm going to have to use a little friend of mine. Fuck, he doesn't have it either. What's happening? Oh my goodness. Does this hit your AC? Not your AC, your evasion. Does a 5 hit your evasion? I think it does.
As soon as I can find it, I will tell you. I don't know where it is. See my evasion bonus. Where's my just regular evasion?
It's in the middle right above your capabilities. It's that one we talked about.
Okay, yes.
Okay. There's a 4 hit. Yeah, 4 hits it. So yeah. You start to feel drowsy. And you feel like you're gonna pass out if you stay here too long.
Okay. Can I quick move back from that area and put the lab coat over my face?
Yeah, and make me a focus check as you bring this lab coat over your face.
Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
It's in the skills, like the bottom rightish of the skills.
There it is. Okay, thank you. Hi. Yes. Hello. Thank you.
You stumble back a little bit and knock over some vials, and it makes some noise. Yeah. The Paris looks at you and while it's in the cage and like taps the glass a little bit.
Okay. Do I have enough sense about me that I can continue to try and do stuff, or am I still disoriented?
You can feel yourself starting to doze off, so you'll want to be careful getting any closer, but you can still do stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Is the gas lighter or heavier than air?
It seems to be going up and like dispersing into the air. Okay. Does that answer the question?
It does. I would need to know if I get down on the ground, if I will increase the distance between me and the gas.
So yeah, you would, because it does go up into the air.
Okay. So I'm gonna drop down to the ground. I'm gonna crawl over to where the IV is, and I'm going to try and kink the hose that's going from the Paris to the mask.
Okay. You know what? I think you can just do that. I don't think that is going to require a check. Okay. And eventually the gas, it slows and then stops.
Okay. So I'm going to try and tie that or crimp it enough so that it stops, and then stand up, and I'm going to attempt to wake up the person on the table.
How do you do that?
Shake her enthusiastically.
So yeah, you start to shake her, and you see her start to stir a little bit, and but as you shake her, you do notice that she has some cuts on her, kind of on like her shoulders, on her legs. You see part of her shirt is cut where it's not supposed to be. Like there are parts that it is cut where it's supposed to be cut, but right there, probably not, unless she was going for like some kind of bold fashion statement that nobody would have understood. But to each their own.
I can tell which ones are fashion and which ones are unintentional.
Mm-hmm. But she does start to stir.
Okay. I'm going to essentially stage whisper, like, I need you to wake up. I know you don't understand, but I need you to get up.
Calynn, that's the first thing you hear as your vision starts to come back and unblur as you open your eyes.
No, I understand English perfectly well. It's cool. I learned that one.
Okay, great. We need to get out of here.
I think Calynn's kind of coming to from the last scenario she was into this one. Yeah, we do need to get out of the safari zone for sure.
She's going to look very confused at you and just kind of shake her head and be like, yeah, sure. Can you stand?
Definitely. Can Calynn stand?
You can, and like at first you can feel the pain. Mechanically you're still good.
She will throw herself off this thing.
You do lose a tick of your hit points just from the battle from before. But yeah, you can stand right up.
Sweet. Yeah, she'll stand up and then be like, all right, where's that Scyther?
I don't know right now, but for right now, we just need to get out of this room. And I'm going to say, here, put this on, and hand her the lab coat.
She'll put the lab coat on, but like the whole time she's like, yeah, they were like right here. There was just what about that Snorlax with the and the
I really don't know, but I promise when we are not in this scenario, we can talk about it more. But for right now, we need to not be here.
What scenario are we in exactly?
Danger. We are in the danger scenario.
Oh, cool. All right, sweet. And then Calynn will check for Pokeballs. Does she have any Pokeballs on her?
Gone. All your gear is gone.
Huh. Okay. I've misplaced some things. This isn't the first time this has happened. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Okay. That sounds great. Like I said, if we can just get to a place where you and I can talk, that just needs to not be here.
Okay, cool. Not here. Definitely not in this cool lab with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So if we're going to go out and we're going to try and head towards a quiet spot, if anybody encounters you, just say that we had an experiment go bad and I'm taking you back to rest.
Sweet. Am I the experiment gone bad?
No, in this scenario, you're the doctor.
Damn it.
But sure.
All right, cool. What kind of doctor?
Pokemon.
Okay, sweet. Pokemon doctor. Got it. I know some stuff.
Perfect. You already mentioned Scyther. I think that's all we'll need. Just don't talk a lot.
Well, okay. I mean, that's not the nicest thing you could have said. I mean, we've just met, but sure. All right. I won't talk too much. God, it's like every teacher I've had in every school I've ever had.
I'm going to, if she'll let me, I'm going to try and like loop my arm around her back and put her arm around my shoulder so we can kind of like help her and guide her and try and get out of the room.
Just for reference, Calynn is 5'9".
Oh, nice. So I'm going to put my arm around your waist. And you can use me like a crutch as I am about a foot shorter than you.
Yeah, and you guys open the door, kind of peek out, see the coast is clear, and head out.
Do I have my own quarters or do I share?
There is above this in the you're in the restricted area. Above this is the barracks, and it's basically shared rooms for everybody.
Okay. Would there be any place in the training rooms or anywhere where you could go and like privately practice or anything like that?
Yeah, they have spots like that for the recruits, like on the upper deck. I will say it took you a lot of work to sneak into the restricted section. It would be pretty similarly hard to sneak out of the restricted section back into the barracks.
Okay.
Because you would know that.
Okay. Then I guess, can we head towards where the Pokemon are stored?
You've only came down into this hallway and into that room. You haven't seen where the Pokemon are stored down here. But you do know that in that viewing room, they took the Pokemon. You know where they took them, but you just get into the viewing room first.
Okay. I think that would be my goal then.
You all walk out of this lab, and we will come back to you all.
You're muted.
Thanks. Ford and Victor, you stand on the shoreline right outside the hole in the safari zone, watching this ship sail away. Ford, you hold the Kangaskhan's baby, and Victor, the Nidoran twins are kind of slinking behind you. Chunks, now a Chunkmeleon, pushes herself to her feet, takes one step towards the ocean, and collapses again. She reaches her claw towards the water, and it drops into the lapping waves. Suddenly, Spoons and Posey emerge from their Pokeballs and rush the Chunks. Posey pulls her from the water, and with Spoons' help, they sit her up. Posey lingers, trying to talk to Chunks. Chunks just stares off into the distance. And then Spoons turns his body and follows Chunks' gaze to the ship. You two also notice a limping Jet moving out of the safari zone towards you all, behind you. He looks pretty beaten and battered. What do y'all do?
There's no sign of Karai.
Not yet. You know, she was like at the front of the safari zone, and where you all are now, it's the back of the safari zone.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry, Tim.
No, you're fine. I was just going to ask for a quick little, I don't remember exactly where I was when Calynn got taken. So does Ford think she's on the ship?
Yeah, you all seen kind of Chunks was basically watching out to the ship, and you saw, we'll say, a smaller ship dock on the bigger ship.
Okay.
And yeah.
How far out is that ship?
It's pretty far, probably like 2 Pokemon arenas, which is like 2 football fields.
Okay. Ford is gonna run over to the beach, and he's gonna look to the left or the right and see if there's anything that can be used as a boat.
Give me a quick perception check as you look around.
I don't wanna.
While he's doing that, oh, never mind.
Yeah, Ford, you look.
Chat. Okay.
You do see that there's a dock a little ways down that you could get to in probably 2-minute run. And there is a ship there that you could take out. It's not yours, or you don't know whose it is, but yeah, it's over there.
Okay. Immediately, he's going to turn around and just look at everybody. He's like, "We got to go. There's a boat."
Wait. What the heck's going on?
I don't know. Calyn's on a boat. We got to go get the boat.
Oh,
I mean, we got to. She's on the big boat, and we got to go get the little boat to go get to the big boat.
okay.
You guys go to the boat. I'll go find Steve and meet you.
Okay.
He takes off the other direction.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I grab Chunks.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna try and pick up
yeah.
Chunks or give her a super potion or something.
Yeah, if she, as you all pick her up, like she's hurt, but she like will stand and kind of limp with you wherever you're taking her.
I'll spray her with a super potion while we're walking, so she can move faster.
And then the same thing, I'll just say, she's on the boat. We got to go get to the other boat.
You spray her as Ford says that, and her energy returns, and she starts to run with you guys towards the boat. Victor, you notice that as you all start to move, Spoons has stayed where he was and is staring towards the boat. And you start to get this small tingly feeling go over your body, and you can kind of feel what Spoons is thinking. And he wants to go towards the boat.
Spoons, buddy, we're gonna go to the boat using this other boat. You wanna come with? Can I roll anything?
Yeah, charm or command. Zib. He slowly like turns his head to you, looks back at the boat, and then starts to like float towards you and kind of like latches on with his foot to your hood, but stays watching the boat.
Yeah, you keep an eye out, bud. We're gonna get her back. It's okay.
Bruh.
And we run.
Yeah, you guys get to this boat, and Ford, you're the first one there. Chunk's right behind you.
Okay. I quickly run around on the boat to make sure. What kind of boat are we talking about?
Like a little John boat. It's got like the back motor.
I don't know what that is. Okay, it's open. There's no like roof or anything to it, right?
Right.
Okay, that's what I was curious about. So there's nobody on the boat, clearly.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure everybody gets in, and then immediately I'll look at Victor and I'll be like, "Okay, let's go."
You see Ford jump into the boat, followed by Posey. Spoons is hanging onto your hood, and the Nidoran are clocking on the dock behind you. Clip-clopping on the dock behind you.
So Victor turns around and sees the Nidoran, and he's like, "Oh, hi guys. You okay? Oh no, was that your parents back there? Oh no."
They look at each other and look back at you.
Oh no. I mean, do you want to like? He kind of looks back at Ford like, "Oh, we're kind of in a hurry." I mean, do you want to come with me, or is there anything I can do to help you?
They edge over to the water, and like you see the male Nidoran tries to put his foot on the boat, and it wobbles, and he like backs up, and the female Nidoran looks at the water, thinks for a second, and then backs up, but then like give me an intuition roll. They seem like they want to go, but but they're scared of the boat and the water.
Well, I mean, if you come with me, you can hang out in a Pokeball, and maybe we can find your parents, and then when we get back, you can go back to live in the Safari Zone, I guess. But what do you think?
They look at each other again and then look back to you, and both like take a step forward to you and like raise their heads up.
Okay, he'll pull out 2 Pokeballs, Safari balls, whatever balls.
Yeah, whichever ones you want.
And he'll hold them up to them so they can press the buttons if they want.
And they will, each with their horns, press the buttons. They go into the Pokeball and they lock, and you see like the sparks fly up. Victor, I believe you have over 7 Pokemon now, right?
It's true. I mean, he was probably just gonna like shove them deep into his backpack just for safekeeping.
Your Pokedex does chime.
Okay.
You've caught your 7th Pokemon. Congratulations. The Pokemon League allows trainers to register a 6 Pokemon team. These are the only Pokemon a trainer can use in league sanctioned battles. We do understand that these new Pokemon are friends. However, rules are rules. How many Pokemon you choose to carry is up to you, but you must register your official team now. The only time you may alter your registered team remotely is as soon as you catch a new Pokemon. You may only add that Pokemon to your team or swap it out with an existing one. Visit a Pokemon Center or speak with the Pokemon League official to alter your registered team any further. So, trainer, who's it going to be?
Victor's like not only half paying attention to this while he's like trying to help Ford get the boat going, but he's like, I don't know, just pick one. Crap. Pick the female, I guess. I don't know.
You can pick both of them and exchange out whoever you want, but
No.
okay. All right. So yeah, the female Nidoran has been added to your registered team.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one has been added to your bench, the male Nidoran.
Okay. He still shoves both of them, both the balls in his backpack.
And then you go on helping Ford.
Yes. Okay. Do you know how to drive this?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, and then I will go try to figure out how to work a boat.
Give me a technology education.
Do we knock these little buoy things off, or
I don't know.
what do we do with this rope?
Well, it probably shouldn't. Is it attached to anything?
Yeah, it's tied to this metal hooky thing.
Okay, probably unhook that.
Okay.
Yeah. Chonk swings her claw and the rope snaps.
The rope is no longer an issue.
Okay, all right. I think you just start it like a lawnmower, right?
Yeah, you pull the thingy.
Did you say technology?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Starts right up.
Yep. All right. And then then he's trying to like hold the handle to make it. He's figuring it out.
You snake at first, but
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
hit the dock. And
Oh, boy.
You all start to make your way out there. As you're flying towards this ship, you see it also moving away. As you're going, is there anything you guys want to do on the way?
No. I am hyper focused.
Yeah, probably not. I'll probably like check all the Pokemon and make sure they're okay. because I don't know what else to do.
That was the other thing. Chunks was there. This was something I did think about, but I didn't mention it. If any of Calyn's stuff is like strewn around or anything, I will scoop that up. So
you find one Geodude Band-Aid on the ground.
I grab it.
You got it.
Okay.
But other than that, all of our other stuff seems to be gone.
Okay.
You all careen forward on this boat, and it's going as fast as you can in a straight line forward. You're keeping it, on point. But this other ship still begins to pull away because it's so much faster.
Is there like a radio on this boat?
Not on this one. This one is just like the one you would fish off of with the back motor.
Is there anything on this boat?
A fishing pole, an old rod, actually.
I look at Posey and I'm like, any ideas to go faster? Anything?
She jumps out the back, grabs onto the back of the boat and starts swimming, and it does give you like a few boosts forward, but after a few minutes she I would say even after a long period of time, like maybe 20 minutes, she starts to get tired.
We can't, it's too far to teleport, right?
I mean, suppose you could give it a try. See how far you get. How about here? Is there like a life jacket or something with flotation he can hold?
Yeah, there's
just in case he falls into the water.
There's a child one you put on.
Yeah.
Onto him.
Yeah.
He thinks about this for a second, and then he kind of floats behind you, Victor, and starts to dig into your bag. And he pulls out a spoon that has a melted metal ring around the top of it that holds it together from when Chunks flamed the spoon back together. And he looks out into the distance at the ship and kind of floats down to where everybody can be like surrounding him and where he's in the middle. And go ahead and give me a focus check.
All right, 1 second.
You all hear a familiar popping sound as you feel the air around you shift, and then you pop again and you see the ship in front of you, probably about 50 feet away, and you're all suspended in midair, and you all look down, and then gravity hits.
Oh no.
And you start to plummet. Give me another focus check. Forward, you're falling fastest, face first towards the water, and right before you hit, you see like a purple tint in front of you. And Victor, you're above him, and you see this purple aura around you and the rest of the Pokemon as Spoon strains to hold you all in the air. What do you all do?
Where are we in relation to the boat?
The boat you were on or the boat you were trying to go to?
Both.
Yes.
The boat you were on, so far away.
Oh no.
But 50 feet away is the ship.
Can we? Oh hell. I pull out the Pokeball and I pull out Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, I don't know. It's up to you guys now. I don't know what else to do.
So when Cameron comes out of the Pokeball, he drops into the water. Chunks raises her tail up in front of her and like looks over her shoulder down towards the water. I'll say when when Cameron did come out, Ford, you dropped just a little bit and like your forehead touched the water, but you came back up as Cameron dropped in.
Okay. Okay, so Posey and Cameron are both in the water now?
You see Spoons strain a little bit more and drop Posey.
Okay. Ford's going to take off his shirt and then throw each end of his shirt to Posey and Cameron, and they'll put it in their mouths. And so I'm just holding the back, and then like I'm in the bubble, but I've got my hand out of the bubble. And then I tell them to go, and then hopefully they'll start dragging the bubble with all of us in it. And you're muted.
Nice. Just give me a command roll. It doesn't have to be hot.
Okay.
Thanks. Love creative thinking. So like as you're holding on, they start to jettison forward towards the boat, and it works. Spoons essentially grabs onto like your foot as you're hanging out of this bubble and being pulled by them, and it causes the whole aura to shift. He is straining, but everybody is moving closer towards the ship. Give me one more focus roll for Spoons.
Yeah, and I'm probably just like saying like, you got this, Spoons. You know, if you need to drop anybody, just don't drop Chonks.
And with that encouragement, you see him strain until you hear the thump of Posey and Cameron up against this ship. They've taken you to a ladder that they found that is kind of coming down from the side of the ship, and Chonks is first onto the ladder, starts climbing up, and you can all follow.
Yeah, Ford's gonna like hang onto the bottom of the ladder and make sure everybody gets in and up.
Yeah, it takes about 10 minutes to climb up the side of the ship for everybody to get up there. But yeah, they all do. And as you get onto the deck, the first thing you notice is the deck is made of slick metal. It's not wooden. It's like it's wet, and it's like, do we have Willy Wonka? Oh.
No, that was a metal Wonka.
It's too much rock for one hand.
We used to make it 8. Never mind. I'll explain it another time.
Austin throwing up gang signs.
It was called Warehouse. That was the gang because we were in the warehouse of Circuit City.
Yeah, I'm gonna need this story later.
Put a pin in that one. We're gonna be coming back to that.
But yeah, you notice that this deck is all metal, and there doesn't seem to really be any loose items on it. No chairs, no crates, nothing that isn't kind of bolted into the ship and part of it. You don't even see like the bridge where the captain would be. There's nothing even sticking up like that.
Wait, so it's just a flat, empty deck?
I will say there is like one part that comes up like a circular structure that's kind of in the middle of it that comes up, and there is a door there, but it doesn't look like big enough that somebody would be in there like steering the ship or anything like that. It looks like just an entrance into the ship. There also is a hatch on the other side of the ship, with one of those like spinning valve type covers. Yeah, and that's on the other side of the ship.
Okay, Ford's gonna look at Posey and Cameron and just be like, he'll get down on one knee and he'll be like, "You guys did great. I'll get you back out in a minute. Gotta go into stealth mode." And he's gonna pull out the Pokeballs.
Skydive. Yeah, and they'll go back in.
Okay. So it's just Victor, Ford, Chunks and Opera. Spoons, excuse me.
Spoons. Yep.
Okay.
No other crew.
No other crew.
Okay.
Not that you see.
All right.
Feels spooky.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And then Ford's gonna look at Victor. Dude, we're gonna go open the hatch.
I guess.
Okay. And then gonna start walking over to the hatch.
So as you guys walk forward, you all feel the ship lurch forward, and you see waves crashing higher onto the deck now than they were just a couple of minutes before when you all first got on. And then you see these orange lights begin to flash from the deck floor. They're kind of built into the floor, and they start to flash. What do you do?
Immediately look at Victor. Like, what is that an alarm? Did we?
I think we need to open the hatch like right now.
Oh, okay. We run
Yeah.
over and start pulling on the hatch.
Yeah, like quickly.
You guys run to the hatch and start to twist the valve. It's slow going at first. One of you can give me athletic check, or actually, you can both give me athletic checks, and we'll combine them since you're both doing it. But as you start this, you do see you're going towards the front of the ship where this hatch is, and the front part of the boat begins to submerge into the water.
Dude, Ford's on the juice or something today.
Yeah, he's killing it. Oh, that's a crit.
That's that's a
The wrong boy.
yeah.
Victor's like whacking your shoulder, like, now go, go, go.
Yeah, Ford, you break the like the lock that not the lock. Hang on, I got a cool way to say it. Let me think. You break the grip that this valve has on the hatch. Yeah, it wasn't that cool.
I know. I was like, all right. Yeah,
But
we'll go with it.
you hurry up and get it opened. Chonks jumps in, and you guys see that the whole ship is starting to go underwater. And you notice now that this isn't a ship; it's a submarine. And that's where we'll stop this episode.
You guys can catch more of me at CZDrop on Twitter and twitch.tv/CZDrop. Every other Sunday, we do Dungeons and Dracon Beams. Every other Friday, a new episode of The Late Starter comes out. Okay, bye.
I'm Tim, and you can find me at horsegirls.club because I do a podcast called Horse Girls. I'm also on Animorphs Anonymous and occasionally Surprise Attack Book Club. Not me, the occasionally. The attack is occasional. And I'm Remo Beware on Twitter.
Hello, I am Kaycie. I can be found on podcasts like Animorphs Anonymous and Hearst Girls, where I talk about books with my friends. I can be found once a month on Art Corner, where I draw stuff with my friends. I can be found at B-Side You, which is my gay romance webcomic that I make and draw. You can read that for free at bsideyoucomic.com or on Tapas and Webtoons. You can also go to my Patreon to get early access pages and work in progress pages and other such content. If you find any of this intriguing, you can find me at all the places you can find me at linktr.ee/KCD Studios. Find.
Hi, I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter at Alex and Birds. You can also find me on 800 billion podcasts all around the world. You can find me on Animorphs Anonymous. You can find me on Horse Girls. You can find me on Dungeons and Dracon Beams. You can find me on Surprise Attack Book Club. And then the other ones that are around that I do on occasion. Some of them on hiatus. Some of them are just, sporadic, like Questmaster. Oh, Linktree, linktr.ee/join the clubs. You can find all of our work there.
You can start late, but at least you're starting. Okay, bye.